All right, welcome to Satisfactory, folks. If you are not familiar, you can do bang Satisfactory in chat and you'll get a link to the website where you can see what Satisfactory is all about. all that kind of stuff. You can also go to the Epic Game Store or Steam this weekend. Satisfactory is 30% off. And on the Epic Game Store, you can use the code JoelDuggan and help support the stream. And this factory is based on the Metroplex Transformer. So we've got like an art board inspiration we've got laid out. I'll be popping that up on screen periodically, referring to different parts and things. And we've been not copying it, you know, part for part, but we're definitely drawing shape inspiration from that area. And with the sun coming up, it's probably a good idea to jump in the hypertube. And where there's new people here, I think we'll go take a look from the lookout tower and give a full look at the factory. Nope, Metroplex, not Starscream. Metroplex. Yep, old school Transformers, because I'm old school. 80s kid. Transformers were probably my favorite toy and favorite thing. Yes, Jackson Dynamite. I built all of this. It's a lot faster to build in this game than it is to build in Minecraft. Like I took 3 hours in Minecraft building the inside of a tavern. 3 hours in this game, you can get a lot done. You can get an awful lot done. Anyway, this is the Metroplex factory, so you can sort of see some inspiration from, like, say, his feet, as well as... do I have a small image? No, it doesn't look like I have a small... There's one. So you can sort of see, like, inspiration from his feet. You can see kind of like his chest pieces here, as well as over there. And then we've also got some shoulder pieces in the back there. Again, they're kind of like made to look like Metroplex, but then also made to look like a factory. We've got some like lights along the bottom here. We've got some red lights there. I'm not sure why the red lights over here are not on. I've had some problems with the experimental branch and lights not listening to me when I want to update them. So that's a little bit strange. But yeah, it's this particular save is like 300 hours, give or take. 297. Now, not all of that was Update 5. We started this in Update 4 when Update 4 first came out. But we've added certainly a lot more hours since Update 5. I'm really curious about those lights, because that's disappointing. Also, some frame lag. Holy crap. What's going on? Did something on my computer decide to start up? No. It's weird. What am I doing for... Maybe we'll switch this up back to 12. I didn't see if there was an update. Oh, 005. Yep. We're on a new update. So these are now not working. We have the light control in here. Did that do anything? Don't tell me I have to replace all the lights. That's annoying. Right. Jump inside and hook it back up. Are there monsters? Yep. If you go out and explore the world, there are bad guys that you have to fight if you want minerals. So why is that? Maybe this just got cut off from power. Or did I just replace the wrong one? Maybe I replaced the wrong one. Nope. What's going on? That's hooked up. Maybe this is going to be replaced? So in experimental branch, we do have some issues with some things being a little bit more unstable. We are going to be switching back over to the more stable early access, and that's going to be in our other build as well. But that's not happening anytime soon. What is going on? Why are these not... I'm confused. I don't know why these are not working. Where's your power come from? So we've got coal plants and we've got oil fuel generator plants that are coming in. I wonder if... Let's just do a quick test. Yeah, there's... Okay, so there's no power coming in there. This must have got cut off somewhere. Where did I cut this off by mistake? Oh, follow the Yellow Brick Road. Do we have power here? Oh, you know what? I bet you I cut off power when I moved some things around the end of the base. So somewhere down here... Yeah, so all of these should have power. It's probably these guys here. Yeah, I think I know what I did. Okay. We are just going to have to go underneath and hook everything back up. So this guy doesn't have power because that doesn't exist anymore. So we need to make sure that this node gets power from the main line, which is over here. Yep. Okay. So we will just line up one here. What I really should have done is put a lot of nodes down here, and then we could just pull from everywhere. We'd be fine. That is 1, 2 ticks in? Yeah. So I think when I was adjusting on things on the last stream, I cut off some power. Dang Rice, you found quartz. Awesome. Always a good time. 1, 2. Too long, so we'll just go to there. And that should bring power to all this. Yes. Yep. So that should turn our lights back on, as well as all of the other factories as well. Looks like a lot of this stuff was turned off. We'll have to go check. Make sure. Somewhere up here is where I came down. Right here. Oops. Power 2. Yay. Lights are back on. So I didn't need to do all that replacing. But they are the wrong color. That's fine. Usually when that happens, all you have to do is flip the switch and they go back to normal. So these control the lights. You can turn them to different colors, which is cool. You can see the green lights are coming through now. So if we wanted to, we could have the front of the base look green with all green lights, but we're going to keep them red because all the lights on Metroplex are red or white from what we can tell. That's good. Okay, problem solved. And everything in here is also green lit again. That's good. All right, so I think where we left off, we were working on these two big places here, and I was thinking about putting something large on top, and I also need to maneuver the backs of these because they don't have backs. So these guys here on the sides, they look cool, but they're just front facades, nothing in them as of yet. I want to put train stations on top of them. So that's going to be tricky. The other thing we have to do is this side of the base is not connected, so I kind of want to address that as well. Yeah, there's been a number of references to stuff like that. Oh crap, I just realized I left my coffee in the other room. So yeah, they don't have a back yet because I didn't know exactly what was going to happen back here. And so it's kind of, it's one of those games where like things are in perpetual stages of almost finished until you've got stuff inside of them, because like, for example, I've finished the design on the front half of these, but not the back half, because I'm not sure if there's going to be other buildings and things connecting on here. So like it makes no sense to design these and make them look really cool only to then place a building in front of it. So the backs of these are only roughed in. Right, they've just got the basic shapes. They don't have any decor or lights or anything like that. They're also, these are too big, so we're going to be knocking these back a bit. Might as well do that now. I think we're going to knock at least a foundation off here. Also, deleting stuff is a lot easier than in Minecraft as well. Oh, there's the moon manta. So it's a little symmetrical, but we'll fix that with details later on. Whoop. Yeah, that's better. It doesn't stick out as far. So this one has most of the back on it, but still, because we have to move this train station, which is going to be a job and a half, I want to figure out where the train station is going. So I guess those are the two major projects for today. It looks like we have all the power we need for a while. We're getting some fluctuations, which is weird. I'm not sure why that's happening. But for folks that have been here for a while, or folks that are new, I could continue to build, and the plan is to put his shoulder cannons on top of everything. So up on top of here, there's going to be those shoulder cannons. They're not going to point straight up though. They're going to point like in that direction. So that's one thing we can do. The other thing that would be to redirect some belts out the front of the base and finish up the underside on the left. I'm up for either. It depends on what folks would be more interested in seeing. So one is going to involve a lot more belts being moved around. Anything of use, you're clicking light and making a light. Is that how it is? You have recipes and materials, or you can point and click. Yeah, we've got recipes and stuff. So the storage room is all filtered. And then along... Whoops, accidental hypertube. Where's your bingo card? Over here we've got plates, stitched iron plates. We've got modular frames. So these all have a function. So these things are all being built. Why are you stuck? That's weird. So these are all being built and sent underground. Iron is being smelted over there. And then over here, we've got screws being made. So we've got tons of screws and rods being set up. Why are my frames so crappy? Do I have something on high, maybe? Light quality's on ultra. Whoops. That shouldn't be the case. Hopefully that'll help. I feel like DirectX 11 was more stable. So yeah, all these buildings are making things. And then inside of these, it's the same idea. They're not full, but we started to fill them with things. So we've got rotors and stators. No, wire and stators happening here. And then we've got steel happening on this side. You can see the steel pipes going along here. And for whatever reason, these are slow. I don't know why these aren't getting over here at the right speed. And then these are not in use. These we set up last time. These are doing the encased beams. Encased industrial beams. Also going slow. Which is weird. So yeah, we've got all this room in here to put stuff though. We've got lots of options. So we just haven't done it yet. And there's some of our our check marks and stuff. Things that are temporarily sent to storage. Things that are done as far as production, that kind of stuff. So I'll pop over into the other building. I do have to run into the other room and get my coffee. Just give me a minute. Both sounds good to me. Nice. Maybe I'll start with moving some of the belts up front. So this is a bit brighter because we don't have a roof on this yet. And there will be something built on top of this. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do stuff like light it with these lights. And this is all temporary on the left because this is what we were using to build like parts we need for the space elevator unlock, but that's all finished now. So I do think we could have a very unique looking rear to this building because of the way that we've designed the outside. So that could be kind of fun. But yeah, just give me like 30 seconds. I just have to run and get my coffee. I'll be right back. Well, thanks, Cosmic. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've just been building a lot of big things lately. So let's just go grab some plastic and concrete from storage. I feel like it's running smoother now. It must have been my ultra settings that were on by accident. Oh, wow. Got lots of concrete. We don't need all of it right now. I do, however, need more plastic. And we've got lots of those, but we'll grab some more. So yeah, there's definitely some dropped frames happening. I'm wondering if the early access is more stable now. Be curious, because that's a much bigger build. I guess it is, maybe it isn't. There's certainly a lot more going on in the other save. So yeah, I apologize for the jumpiness. I've been having some issues with the computer in general. So there's that. Oh look, berries. So the other side is higher. The ground is higher, so we don't have as many of these to worry about. But this part is consistent. We've got like individual plates and then big honkin' plates. And they start 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's 2 singles. And then the big ones start in line with that. Yeah, okay, that's easy to figure out. That should be easy to figure out. And then all this is just straight till we get to the edge and it gets very funky. And those look like the wrong material. Why are you not selecting these? It's weird. Customizer. Yeah, there's definitely been some bugs introduced, I think, since the last time they did an update. So what I wanted to do today is attach some of these side parts here. Oh, maybe I have some of it already measured out. Oh yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's here that it starts, right? So we had 2 singles. Oh, maybe it's in line with this. Yep, and that's what we wanted. And then up here, don't remember what happens in here. Goes like that, and then whoop, right. So these are the belts we have to move that are above my head here. We also have a tree we have to chop down. Chainsaw. Do we have biomass? Yes. So I'm guessing this is probably going to need to go. And probably this too. All good, Cosmic. Thank you very much. Appreciate the heads up. I don't see any other trees. This is going to be a problem. I'm not sure how we're going to handle this, because you can't get rid of it. Don't want to go too crazy. I'm trying to keep some of the outside vegetation intact where I can. Alright, so we've got this point. There are 1, 2, 3. I thought there was one more before things start to switch. But we have all of this that has to get out of the way. So instead of coming in the side, I do want to move it around. But I think what we'll do is kind of just minimize what we need here. So like, we can remove all this stuff. That doesn't need to be there. And I think the wall will end up changing a little bit of this, but like none of this needs to be supported. They can all float for the time being. So like we can remove all of this stuff. But at some point this wall comes out farther and we don't have to worry about this as much. So we'll grab, switch our hotbar here. So from this, we've got 1, 2. I have to go back and see how many there are. Can't get rid of what? Sorry, I don't understand the context. I'm sure it's something I said, but I don't know what you mean. Oh, the big rock. Some of the big features, like this rock, we can blow up this rock and it will go away. This cliff, we can't remove that. So there are some things in the game that you can take out and other things that you cannot. That's what I was referring to. Okay, from the corner we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it pops out by a hair. Goes out by 2 on an angle. 1, 2. And then from there there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that goes to a little one. Okay. I think I got it. No, the big ones, the big rocks, they're part of the map. So there's like destructibles like trees. Like we can cut all the trees down if you want. You can't destroy that. Not that you'd want to. That's really cool. But yeah, there's stuff like this. Can't get rid of this. Tree we can get rid of, which I'm gonna do right now. I thought I removed all these, but I guess every time they update the game, they can potentially come back. So yeah, like this thing we can't get rid of, but this little one we could. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right, that lines up with the top. That's good. And then this goes along by 1, 2, 3. Can't see them all. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is going to go all the way down, and that is going to cut through there. I think it said it was 3, right? That to me doesn't look right. It's also the wrong material. I know I've got to change that. Those go down by a bit, maybe? Four, five, six, and then it changes here. And I thought at this point it started to come out. And if this continued down this way, this should line up. Right? So that goes to there. One of the most challenging things about this game is when you're building at scale is to try and copy something from one side to the other. Yeah, so that feels like it's a hair too low, right? I thought the other one was like right up in there. Wonder why that is. So we can at least temporarily remove that. Put that in there. I'm basically trying to just build around these conveyor belts as best I can for now. We'll remove them at like the last minute. Why do you not want to do that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Test this again. Updates bring them back, yeah. Yeah. I haven't checked to see how many patches there's been to the early access branch since it was released on Tuesday. I've been wanting to get Metroplex to a point where it's finished-ish. As far as everything that I've started, I want it to be kind of complete so that I can take some screenshots. Oh, this comes out by a beat. That's what the difference is. It's 1, 2, 3. Right, there's 4 here, and then it goes up by a bit. And this, that is in line with that top. Okay. That's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. I've got too many of these. 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at that stage. Okay. Sorry for all the back and forth, but this is this is how it goes. Also, yes, Blargville, welcome. Sorry. One, two, three, four. Right, so this is incorrect. This is actually going to be out by 1. That goes there. None of this is here. None of that's there. This goes away. That goes away too. None of that stays there. Okay, so now this goes along like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 in total. And why does that not... Right, this goes up by 1. Right, and then this connects to there. Beautiful. Whoops. Okay. That goes over everything. That's fine. I'll have to leave that hole there for now. So then there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here is where it comes out by a bit. There. So we've got that one and that one. So then these are wrong. These are wrong. And we get to add a height here. And then this should line up. Beautiful. Okay. I'm not crazy. I no longer feel dumb that I can't copy my own design. Yeah, I definitely have taken screenshots of one side and had to use that. It's so much faster. Alright, cool. So this is not going to take as long as I thought. We're going to use the zoop mode here. Because it doesn't look like anything else is conflicting. Just this giant rock thing. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do about that. I'm going to leave that there because I don't need to destroy it. If it was sticking out, I would get rid of it. Can I attach this somewhere? There we go. Whoops. And now we can just give this a slightly darker color because that's how the game works. Cool. Hopefully this does not look terrible. Uh-oh. Someone was asking if there's aminals. Observe nature. There's usually more than one. There you are. Ninja'd from behind the bush. Didn't even see me coming. So where does this connect on this side here? We'll just bring this across here. At some point this gets wider, but I don't know where. Oh, it's way over there. It's just the same the whole way. Okay. That's easy. Can't complain. Yeah, I wish that you could remove more stuff. It would certainly make life a lot easier. As far as your aesthetic eye not twitching. I mean, no one's going to see anything down here anyway, so it's fine. I don't need this in my hand anymore. And for this, I guess we can just leave this hole here too. We'll eventually come up with something cool for that, like design-wise. Yeah, it doesn't change until over there. And this is a dangerous spot to be. That's a whole lot of nothing. So we'll just finish off this side here. Might be a few more trees we have to cut down as well. Couldn't really think of a more complicated pattern to come up with because everything is just so, it's all under the base, right? So there's not a lot that you're really going to see. Oh, I shouldn't have put that away. Crap. Something high. If I built close enough to these guys, you think they would go away. As in not respawn. That's how the game works. If you build, once you build near these guys, they don't respawn again. I got me. Whatever. You gotta be careful because they will push you off a cliff. That's the dangerous part. Yeah, it's very much a long way down. Very much a long way down. I kind of like, as much as I mean, I'm not going to change it, but it's kind of cool to have those cracks in there. Be kind of a cool thing to remember for a future build. To like leave gaps and then fill them in on the other side. Obviously some very temporary stuff down here. I don't even remember what that was for. And we might want to come up with something that looks a little bit more robust down this area, but for now, this will do. And I need the chainsaw. Tree, I get you. Yeah, with everything powered right above them, you'd think that they wouldn't have respawned. Any other trees sticking out? Not that I can see. At least the sun is on this side with us right now so that we can at least see what we're doing. I found the other side really hard because it's always in shadow because the sun doesn't go straight overhead. It kind of like passes to this side. So if you're on the dark side of the base, it's like really dark. I guess that doesn't really need to be there, does it? I could have just gone like this. Cool. Looks good to me. I just have to double check to see if I did. This part, I think, just kind of comes together seamlessly. We need to fill that gap in. And I feel like over here what I did was another ramp, maybe? And then in here, I think, is where I put that sloped piece. So I'll have to go back and check. But I can't put anything in there right now anyway. Just because of all the machines going through there. So eventually we're going to use these two pillars to bring everything in. So all this is going to get deleted, and I think I'm going to use this bridge and reroute things. And it looks like my plan. Get up here. With two of these, it looks like I was probably going to bring it down this way, but that seems like a lot of work when I could just bring it straight in from there. Does that line up? If not, we can make it line up. Actually, it looks like it lines up. So yeah, we're probably going to use that pillar, bring everything to here, and then have it make a right turn. I mean, right turn for me. It would be a left turn for the belt, but bring it in there. And then this can actually have some final pieces put on it too. Goes like that, and then ceiling goes there. Oh, is that lower? That's weirdly lower. Don't know why that's lower. I find it kind of helps to have the red light kind of bounce around if you've painted everything in here red, with the exception, of course, of these. These are going to be black. What am I trying to hit tilde for gamma 3? What's that for? I don't want to turn up the gamma. I've already got... It's at 2.4. It just makes it too bright. Like it just defeats the purpose of having lighting in the game altogether. Yep. We'll just have to come back when the belts are done. I find nighttime actually pretty good when the moon comes up. Yeah, that totally lines up. Cool. Well, that certainly feels more complete. But speaking of night, that is when I usually take my breaks because it lines up usually with about an hour. It's about 50 minutes in Satisfactory. So we're going to grab the break train. I usually just ride a train around when I'm on a short break for Satisfactory. I'll have to step away from the computer for a few minutes, but that should be normal for all you folks that have been around the stream for a while. If not, then it doesn't last long. I just 5 to 7 minutes. I usually zap my coffee and maybe grab a snack or that kind of thing. You should too. It's Sunday. Always a good time to snack. I really wish these frames would stop skipping. I'm going to have a hard time playing Update 5 in my other save. I don't know how these other streamers do it when they've got like 16 or 12 frames a second. Like, I can't even do it. So hopefully we won't have to deal with that when we switch back over. And where is our good friend the train? Have to make a loop, I guess. So yeah, in the meantime, I don't know where we're going to move this train station to. I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to just move it back by a few blocks, you know? We'll just move it over a little bit, have this curve out. Maybe we'll fill this space in here temporarily. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Basically, the train is in the way of completing the back of this building up here. So yeah, we could just bump this back and over, and that would probably help. And then I guess we could start to think about like this backside here, because this is all going to be, I think, exposed. Yeah, I think too, one of the other things, is it this one? Nope. I guess we'll look at the board. So yeah, I really like the shoulder cannon designs on the middle two and the bottom. They're really chunky, and they've got some cool angles that we can replicate in Satisfactory. So maybe I'll try to mount one of those on top of everything. We'll have to start with the, looks like a command center that's on the top, his top left shoulder. And then after that, we can figure out what height the cannon thing will go on. I don't know if I'm going to attempt a circle. I might. We could probably put a circle of pillars or something underneath it. But I feel like if I make something big enough for the train to go through, it would look fantastic. I think it would look really, really cool. And that's got to be at least 5 wide, because these things are monstrous. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 5. And then how tall are these again? We'll have to do the measurements when we get back. Anyway, break train has arrived, so I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right. So I think I do want to try and add some things to the top of the base. I think that's going to be next. What I am going to do is I'm going to fly up to the lookout point and take a screenshot and save the game so that I can come back to it if I want to. Thank you, Cosmic. Grab some more fuel as well. Those. I finished all the back of this building now, too. I think I like the white better than the concrete, but I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I wonder what settings I need to change to bring the performance back up to normal. I'll have to check the Satisfactory Reddit and the Discord to see what's up. That does look pretty cool, though, I have to say. Save the game. Little hints of red here and there look great. Thanks, yeah. I'd like to have a little bit more of these red lights like up front somewhere. I don't know where we could put them. Like maybe having like in the corner there or something. Or maybe have something like on the top part. I don't know. Or maybe like vertically in here we could have a couple of little bit of lights. Like nothing crazy, just like little, like smaller than those, you know? Like just like little dots, little something. Because one of my favorite images, which I think I've taken down, but like he's got lights on his knees, he's got lights in his chest. I wish I could emulate the light in his chest, but I haven't really figured out how to do that yet. Obviously, one of my favorite parts is the logo at the front there. So I've got the save. I can always come back and do screenshots at a later time. So what I'm thinking is now we can put this part here, if you look at in the middle, I'm not sure what you want to call it. It's like the middle lower right. It's the one that's got like the moon behind him. He's got this cool sort of like, looks like an observatory or a like a command center or something on the top of his shoulder. Yeah, and I really like the look of that. I thought having that on top, like lit up, could be pretty cool. And I'd say that's about like 2/3 the size of the top of his chest, and then we could put stuff on top of it maybe. I don't know if this is going to work out, but we'll see. We'll see. I really like that we finished up the front here. It looks nice and symmetrical and a complete thought, you know? So we've got to get up there. Just got here, says Pickle Demon. What is going on? We are working on adding a little bit to the top of this right factory hangar. And that's going to involve putting a roof on it, as a matter of fact. Glad we have all this concrete. So I'm pretty sure this is halfway. Yep. So this is halfway. So I don't want to change the color of those. I want to make sure I know where the halfway mark is. This factory underneath is about to get real dark. We are out of concrete. Sorry, Cosmic. Technoa, hello. Just popping in to say hi. Love the Spawn Chunks. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like the podcast. Do you listen to the Citadel Cafe as well, or just the Spawn Chunks? That was weird. That last frame lag completely had me turned around. They're big frame jumps, too. I'm going to have to, like, send a tech report or something to Coffee Stain, because that's terrible. I wonder if I'll have to test it. I wonder if it's going to do it when I'm not streaming. I wonder if it's not so much. I think that's something I always have to remember to consider, that Streamlabs might not be being the nicest right now either. So I've been looking into just switching over to full OBS, but the biggest hiccup I have is that I have an iPad Pro that I use for art and other things, but I use it as a stream controller as well. I can manage ads, I can do all the scene switching and stuff right from the iPad, and I don't know if I can do that from OBS. And I've used OBS, but I've never had any luck with the key commands doing exactly what they want. Heard of the Citadel Cafe at the end of the podcast, but I've never listened to it. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, please do. Also, free podcast, so can't complain. Last one we talked about was the 10-year anniversary, and that is the Shang-Chi episode. So I don't remember where the middle is, so we're going to have to check. It's right there. Right, so this little building thing that's going to go on the top, it's not very tall. It looks like it has a square front on it, which is cool. And it has a little bit of a shape change to it. But it doesn't look like it starts super close to the front. It might be as many as 6 foundations back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three, 4, 5, 6. And then I would say probably 2 from the back. At least. means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 or 18. Probably 17. I don't know what this is going to be used for. I think it's just going to look cool. I don't know if that's going to look too far or too big. Another one of these guys here. Yeah, that might be a little bit too big. It's not very wide. Maybe 2 and then 3. So... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do this a lot. I find it's easier to block things in with just basic parts and then add the details later. Keep on hitting the wrong key. So he's got some cool patterns on the top of him, and I don't know if we can replicate that. Hopefully we can. I'd like to at least get some of the horizontal stripes in. Oh, I have to go back here. Unfortunately, I don't know of a better way to make this brighter other than switching to a different material, but they don't end up being all that bright. Is the Citadel Cafe known as the Citadel Cafe, a sci-fi and fantasy podcast? Yes, that would be it. Looks like it has like a brown and blue logo. Kind of slopes up in the middle. So that's not exactly what I wanted, but it's not terrible either. Might have to do some changes over here. I might knock that back a little bit. I feel like we could do that there. And then I think that has to stay white. We'll maybe have to come back and revisit a way to make this look cool. Is that... You know, that's about right. This feels really large. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then about halfway down its length, it has like a cool shift. that we can hopefully incorporate. I think I might want to change the depth of it. I think I might want to make it shorter. So what did I say this was? I think I said 17. Yeah, I do feel the same way about early game Satisfactory. I'm not a big fan of it. I shouldn't say that. You get spoiled, right? Like you get spoiled by having all the parts. And then by having all the parts, it also opens up your creativity. I think the one thing that I would do very differently if a new playthrough of Satisfactory was to tempt me would be to build small factories as a completely different thing. I wouldn't want to build another big factory. Like this is my second huge factory. I would leave an area of possibility for a big factory, but I would probably create a lot of small factories. I think I would keep with the Transformer thing though. I think that's kind of a fun niche. It's kind of a fun thing that only I've been doing. I haven't seen anybody else in the Satisfactory space doing that. I really need to just get higher. Let's do the whole foundation ladder thing. I'm waiting for the game to be finished to really dive into it. Yeah, I thought about... I'll definitely be taking... I take breaks. Like, I definitely take breaks. It still feels kind of long. Or maybe it's just not wide enough. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from that side. And I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from that side. But it's definitely supposed to be closer to the back, I think. Because, again, I'm looking at this... The big piece on his left shoulder. His left, our screen right shoulder. There's like a little thing there. I feel like it could be maybe a little bit wider. But I don't know. Definitely is going to go one taller. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it has to be back further too. Yeah, let's knock it back by 2 here. Changes that a little bit, but it'll work out. That's feeling better. That's feeling better. Yeah, and then it'll be too tall. It's really square looking, but it does have these parts about halfway back. I want to try and do. So that's 13 now. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the middle. And what I think I want to try to do here is something cool with walls. So we'll do architecture, and you can do this thing where you can swap road barriers. Make sure this is at a 45. And then we do just 1, 2. Say maybe it's 2 foundations long. I don't know if we can hook this up the right way. We might have to use some pillars or something for this to work. And even then it's going to be tight. That could be cool. I'm guessing at this. I'm assuming it's probably going to be 3 of these. Would you be interested in any sort of version of creative version of Satisfactory? Maybe to just like mess around in, because you can play in creative mode. Like you can just turn on cheats and just play if that's all you want. But there's something about, it's why I don't play creative Minecraft. I feel like I want to be able to play something, you know? Like I feel like there needs to be, it's grindy, but I feel like there needs to be some sort of payoff in that way. Hey Hannah, I didn't see you come in. On call. Of course, it's stupidly busy. Hi, everyone. Hugs, miss you. Have a blast. Thanks. Sorry you're having a busy day. Back into it in a couple of minutes. Oh, well. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's not too crazy. Yeah, so we actually don't even need to have those pillars there. We can do something else with the walls, I think, to make it work. We'll just have to hide them on the inside. But I feel like that's about the right proportions. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll do the same thing over here. Oops, I need this thing first. Such a neat idea that you can replace these. 2. So then what I'm thinking is actually using these little these guys here. And then doing that. And then on the inside we can just run the walls here. And then you can't see the crisscross. And then we can delete these guys. And then it just looks like that from the outside. I mean, a little bit sketchy here, but we can fill that in with a beam, I think. Done. Yeah, we could even have like a door in here if we wanted to. Cool. It's a neat idea. It's nice to know that those work out evenly. When I do that trick, I'll have to remember that. A long way down. We'll close that up right now. And we don't even have to keep these all the way down. We could probably just bring them to here, at least give ourselves some options. Thanks, Cosmic. So yeah, just enough to kind of give it a different shape. It's not much. I could have made it bigger, maybe. Like it could be longer. I'm wondering if it's got something to do with all the belts and stuff happening underneath the base, because we're up here and we might be out of render distance for some of those belts. And I'm wondering if that's helping our frames. I'm not noticing as many skips and stuff up here. I mean, like, that could be a little bit longer. But the main thing I want to try to get to is I want to try to get to the same height as what's next to it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to put what I want on top of everything. I might be able to put it on top of that. We'll have to do some measurements and see. Let's just take a second and look at those. Let's switch this out. So those big guns, they've got a massive base on them. It would totally have to span both buildings, I think. So the base of that cannon would have to be kind of like in this area here. So we'd have to have some sort of support on top of this to bridge. But that's cool. I just fell off of that. We could maybe find the center of this and bring over like a marker. Because this is only 3 high and this is going to be 2 high, but I could make that 3 high. If this is too high, we might need to go back and see if it's big enough. It might not be big enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are the middle. Well, let's just do like a quick... yeah, that's about right. Now that's autosave lag. That's definitely something that happens in game. Everyone experiences that. So that would be about where the gun would be mounted. And it would probably be... yeah, I think we're going to have to put it right on the top of this. And I think what I'll do is I'll put the front on this and then we'll back up and see what it looks like. I feel like we can get rid of a lot of these too. Having the ladder there is fine. Looks like a high dive from a cartoon. So we are going to switch over to some glass here at the front. I think we're probably just going to go with the standard glass. We'll go with these ones. That'd be too tall. However, I'm going to put in, I think, some small concrete pillars in these positions here. Just to add a little asymmetry, or maybe we can put them out farther. Maybe we'll put them here. Kind of wanted to have like a center window. And I guess it has a pretty flat roof. Not that we couldn't create a little extra with it. So let's do half of it low, and we'll do the other half of it a full bit higher. Let's do maybe this one. It's gonna be easier to do this from the top, I think. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see the top of this from our tower. Probably not. Temporarily get rid of that. I've got a funny feeling the one on the right is going to look better, which might work out best for us too. Not Humo, hello, welcome in, good to see you again. Belts and lifts kill FPS, yeah. I guess it's just because there's a lot to render, right? A lot of stuff moving around. We're getting back into the frame skips again, and these are very busy buildings. Both of those are crazy. This has got like something like 16 or 1800 screws, or 2400 screws flying around. I tried adding another hypertube entrance there, and it really doesn't help. And it kills my speed on the way back. Well, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But I think we're going to have more room and more interest from a screenshot perspective to go with. Probably halfway in between. This is a 4 meter on the right, and that's a 1 meter on the left. We're probably going to go with a 2 meter, but then we'll go up again closer to the middle, so it'll have 2 steps to it. Kind of like how these have like a roof, and then it goes up, and then a roof. I think we'll try that up there. This little ladder thing looks silly. And yeah, I think that will work for mounting the cannon thing on top of it too. Cool. I'm excited to get the framework of the cannon in there because I want you guys to see how big it is. Yeah, see, that just kills my momentum. We're gonna get rid of this. This is not helpful. Still don't know what to do with these either. We could probably whip up something quick for that today. So where would we want the second part? I guess the second part would have to come up before the circumference of the cannon. And unfortunately, we're not on a single thing, but do I want to mount the cannon between the two or centered? We'll have to be off center, I guess, a little bit. So if we're looking at this, nope, not that one. This one? Yeah. So now I'm looking at this big vertical cannon thing, and you can see that it's got like this round base to the bottom of it, and then it's got this cool sort of angular look to the whole thing. It's on his left shoulder. And I'm curious as to whether we can get a circle in there. We might be able to do it. I just don't know where to begin it. But we know that I want it to house a train station. So I need to measure the train station. So at a minimum, I don't think that clips. No room for lights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we did a 7x7 square, or a 5x7, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would be more comfortable with the 7x7. I think that would be minimum. And that would give us a nice square box for the barrel of the cannon. And then it's going to be absolutely massive. I completely have the art still up, sorry. All I did was measure this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'd have a roof kind of like in probably this position here. And then this would actually be back by 1. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it's not going to be square. Never mind. That's fine. I'm okay with it not being square. I forgot that these are 4 meters, not 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could go 8, but 7 seems to be okay. And then we'll either do 5 wide or 7 wide. Probably 7 wide, because I'm going to want some places for belt work. And the train doesn't have to be in the middle. We could actually have the train be off to the side. That's fine. I'll want it to come and go from the middle. But down in front, Metroplex image still up. Yes, I apologize. You didn't miss anything. All I did was stare at that and talk for 2 minutes. Which really didn't change much. So if it's going to be 7 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we don't want it to be... And that's just the middle of it. Like, that's just not the whole thing. It's going to get much wider than that. It's probably going to be end up being more like 11 by 11. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is going to be 5 out this way. Maybe it's going to be better to adjust it to be on an even build. Would make sense because we're going to have trains coming and going, maybe? At least out the back. Yeah, that's fine. Because then our, like, if we have it centered on 2, because that's how many tracks we'd have. And if that's the case, I guess I might as well center it over the whole thing. No, then it gets too far out that way. We had it centered here, then it's going to go out like 6 that way and 6 that way. And I don't want that. But I feel like the center of it has to be over something big and solid. So, if we have the center over this part, let's use a different material. So it needs to be 7 wide. One, 2, 3. No, I guess 8 wide, right? 1, 2, 3. And then it will be another 2. Sean J. Jubb, hello, how's it going? So that would be there. And then potentially it would be another 2 more this way. And we have to do the same thing over this way. So we'd grab that. Gosh, that feels big. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this would be the inside here. I know this is probably not making much sense, but thinking the center of this thing is going to need to be centered over here, but I have no idea how this is going to look until I actually back up way back over there again. We'll also change this back. That goes there. Take away these. Put these in like that. And then at some point, probably we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably about 4 in, we'd go up again. And that'll bring us up to the right height in here. Oh, thanks, Cosmic. I'm glad that you like the idea. See if I can land this jump. Ruh! Oh, I took damage. Whoops. Sorry, I damaged fix-it property. My bad. I feel like this track is on repeat. Alright, so what we're looking at, what I'm thinking, is these two white bars coming towards us are like the barrel. I don't know if I like it mounted in between. I feel like I might want to put it directly over the other side. Now that I know that it's not going to be crazy wide at the base, I think we can fit it. I think we can fit the whole thing. I can't point with this. I think we can fit, like, think about this circle that I'm drawing. Imagine that's the barrel. I think we can fit that over here. I don't think it has to be over both. I think we could have the shape kind of go up and off to the side and then up and off to the side, which I know I've talked about before. Sean J. Jubb, grabbing that tier 1 sub for 2 months in a row. Thanks ever so much. We are going to be doing the Lego Let's Chat. Cosmic Dancer was very kind and gifted a bunch of subs earlier today, and that means that we're going to be well above the sub goal for November, and we're going to be doing a Lego Let's Chat, and I'll probably talk about it in the Discord. Well, I'll let the people supporting in the Discord decide which Lego set that I do. I'm happy doing either. Maybe we'll put it to a vote or something. So yeah, I think that all of the stuff that I just did is probably not going to be necessary. I think what we'll do is center it on top of this build. And maybe we can make it asymmetrical on top of that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a minimum of 6. And it's going to have to be at least a foundation above this. And then the center of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, we don't have to make this an even build. We could make this an odd build. Let me just look at this thing again. We could favor the middle by 1. I think I prefer going with an odd build. That's my Minecraft brain wanting an odd build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remove that. I've got no idea how long this is going to be. But we're going to stop making stupid boxes and start, like, actually doing stuff. I'm glad I decided to come up here because the frame rates are a lot better. We don't need any of this. This we can all just change the material. Oh, those are big. Never mind. Hey, looks like it's nighttime. We should probably grab the break train. We will be able to see it coming, and there it is there. So I'm going to grab a short break. Won't be as long as the last one. And when we come back, we're going to continue work on the giant weapon, I guess, that we're putting on the top of this guy. So, yeah, hold on to your nuggets. We'll be right back. Alright, so I'm looking at this and I think we can get a good chunk of the outside of it designed. I just have to figure out how high that barrel has to be, and I think we're going to need to be at least one more foundation above where we started. Going to make those adjustments. Hey, Short Zelda, how's it going? I also haven't seen this from the back to see how high it is. We've not done a heck of a lot, height-wise. Good, good. Glad to hear it. I'm liking all the red on the back here, too. I want to keep that for sure. Cool. So I'm trying to figure out how long these things are. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they're big. That much we know. So I've gone up a foundation, but I think I'm going to have to go up another one. Just to kind of give myself some design leeway for underneath everything. So go up by one more. And then I'll put this out there. Surely I've got more concrete. Yeah. And then for proportions, they are just about as long, if not longer, I'd say, than his chest pieces. So we're going to have to go out quite a bit here. Is this the 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So let's go maybe I don't know, a good distance past his arms. Maybe we'll just go like 6 foundations. That's 2, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So hopefully this will give me a decent idea about whether this looks like the right kind of thing. And to show you kind of what I have in mind, without falling to my death, they've got these cool things on the side of them that's kind of angular, and so I thought right around the middle of the mount, about here, that might be too long, I don't know, but we could also have these things coming out the side. These got these cool ramp things, and we can do these. And put another one, like, I don't know. Now, it's not the right angle, but if that was all filled in, and there were several of them, and we could have another one going down the other direction too. But not as far. I'm not sure if you can see it, but like if I put the board up quickly, you can kind of see the way that the weapons, the guns on his shoulders have got these V shapes in them. So I know there's been a lot of back and forth, but I need to go back and check to make sure that's not too big. I mean, it can't get it too much smaller. It's like, how far is it sticking out is the thing. Well, we can't see it yet. That's good. I think that's going to look pretty cool. Just imagine that with a lot of details, maybe a little bit more shaped. And again, the inside has to be like that, but the nozzle of it could be smaller. My only concern is that it's too far to the right. It's the only thing. Even though we've centered it, and it's actually left of center, it does feel like it might be a little bit too far to the right. Maybe I should line these up here, these angle bits with the edge of the piece underneath. But though, no, I don't want to have too many tangents. But it's good, like it's not too massive. It's a little bit more rectangular than I was hoping, but we can always change that. The horizontal is the minimum. I think we have to go with the 7 inside for the train. Low bridge. Okay, so where does this... It's probably just a perspective trick with the camera as to where this is actually lining up. Yeah, so it actually is really close to where I would have the limit of it, so that's fine. I think, if anything, we just need to maybe increase the height of it as it gets closer to the end, and that's something we can sort out. So now, I guess the thing to do is to look at the bottom of it and figure out what we want to do. I think what would be cool is if, like I said, the platform for the train is about this height. And then we would have something narrower underneath this. And then this would be wider. So this part here would be a wider portion. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the middle here. And so this would be wider. And this is where I would want to try to do the circle. But I don't know if we can do the circle. Oh, no, wait. This is a 7-wide build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Okay. So then I have to choose where I'd want the center of this to be. So let's put it on 7 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is going to be square here, let's center it back farther. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then this becomes the middle. Okay, so then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the middle here. So then we can grab like a temporary foundation. Oops. I want that. So if we can pull off a circle, what we would do is we would have this be here, and then we would just tick it over by holding control, like that. And if we continue to hold control, it rotates it by the same amount that we just rotated it, I think. Yeah. That's really clever, actually. Until we get to 90. And from here, the plan is to go out 3. This may not work, but 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. I just want to like rough this out. I'm missing something. Aha. So we'd go out 4 actually. Here, there, 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 and there. And then from here we can come down to where we need to go, except for I'm out of concrete. Darn it. Okay, hold on. Blows my mind how you can translate shapes like this from those images you have. Again, it's a lot of just like spatial recognition and understanding how things work in 3D. I did take sculpture in university as well as 3D modeling in post-secondary. I went to a technical college after I finished my degree. The hard part about this is that none of the images I have them in the right positions. they're always vertical or like it's like in an odd angle. So they're not exactly like where I want them to be. But the circle thing is something I watched Total Eclipse do on a video. So that stuff is the technique of making a circle is not my idea. And we get down to that level. And then from here, do the same thing. I'm just going to get rid of this so we can see what's going on. A lot of placing and deleting. And we can delete that. And we can delete that. No, I don't plan on using walls on the edge of this, so this should be easier for us from that standpoint, right? Now we don't need any of this. But if folks follow what I did there, like I created the circle by sending these foundations out in different angles, different degrees, right? And all I needed to do was get them to a point where I can snap one of these to it. Big middle pillar, right? So if we put one on that and there, and then... Oh, do these not rotate? Maybe they don't rotate. Oh yeah, that rotated. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted all that stuff from the top. I don't know if the middles would work. They might. Those go too far. So the middles leave something in between, but we might be able to then find something that goes in between them. Like a small middle pillar. I say this is a pretty decent proof of concept. Just a little bit off, but I don't think that's going to really matter from the distance you're going to see this at. Right, so then imagine that without this bottom part. Or maybe with it, I don't know. We could include it, top and bottom. And it looks like that there's a part underneath the gun. I'll pop it up again. This is probably the clearest image, I think. Yeah, so there's a part underneath the cannon that kind of has like this, a bunch of round cylinders, kind of like stuff like that. I feel like it has like a, almost like a ammo magazine or something. So that, I think, did I do that the wrong height? No. Yes. Yeah, I might even put that lower. It might also be too tall. Like I might want to have some room underneath there. And either way, it's only going to be around the outside. We don't need to have it go all the way around through the middle, right? So it definitely has some leeway in here. So that, I think, gives us enough of a platform here to put this stuff in and start to think about like how far these pieces go. I think that we'd have to have the back side of it too. I'm glad that you can build stuff from far away. Where would this... I guess we have to figure out where the back of this thing would be. So we'll do... there. Was it 3 or 5? I don't remember. Oh, it was 5. Must have been 5. No, 4. These are tedious, but once you get the hang of it, it's not a hard concept, you know? The hard part is just getting it to snap to the right piece. Very flashy under here, I apologize. Oh, I went down too far. And then, of course, the middle part is just straight out. This would be up by 1. And this just comes back like this. Nope. Sure looks like a hard concept. No, I think once you watch, if you watch the video from Total Eclipse, it's pretty good. He goes over it a lot slower than I did, I think. So those all snap into a nice place, and then this sort of just kind of gives us the rough midpoint. We could probably change that a little bit more if we wanted to. If we really wanted to be precise with this, we could use single increments instead of double on the way that things rotated. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to get an idea for how far back I'm gonna go. Oh, what happened there? Oh, that's wrong. That would be the other way. I'll end up having to do this again probably properly, but this goes. Yo, Hodges, hello. Welcome in. This is a lot more complex when it first came out. Yes, the game is definitely a lot more complex than it first came out. Alright, so we need to give ourselves a little lookout platform here. And if that's the end, I'm going to go ahead and say we really don't have to go too far past that. I'm even going to say maybe just that 2 is far enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miscount that? Is that only 6 high? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Oh, it's from a different level. My bad. I mean, we'd probably want to have additional levels on top of it anyway. But I think that's the full length of it, right? So then the V in the design doesn't start until, I want to say maybe this midpoint here. And that would be where both of these would end up being. And we'll just say they're a foundation at least above that. Oh no, more than that. More than that. Maybe got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? All right, 7 from there, 6 from here. So then that's 3. Let's go with 4 on the bottom. And this actually has a bit of a tail on it. No idea if this is going to work out, but I'm going to start somewhere. I'm not sure how high that has to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's go 6. Oh, come on. I don't do anything small in this build, apparently. Nothing is small. 5, 6. Okay, that means this has to be a lot bigger. Oh, there'd be a gap there too. So maybe we want this to be a little bit taller. And then this would say, start to go back down around here. And this top part's a lot bigger. And this other segment actually switches over and has another part to it as well. Go big or go home, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, autosave. No idea if this is even remotely close to what I want it to be, but oh, that's not right. But you get the idea. Get the idea. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm running out of building. Oh, here we go. Never mind. I was like, really? Am I out of building already? 2, 3, 4. Let's grab that. And it looks like these are roughly the same location. Like I said, really glad that we can snag stuff from far away. But are we starting to see the shape design that I want on top of this? And also at this point, we can actually start to come underneath it and create some of the detail that happens down here. Because there's a couple of cool platform pieces. You see there's like one, looks like there's 3 squares. 1, 2, 3 squares that happen underneath them. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick backup here in a minute. Wow, even my stomach just dropped jumping off of that. Luxaxo boss, thanks very much. I'm glad you like the spawn chunks. We'll be doing a new one tomorrow. Alright, so there's the board. So there's the, like you can see the cannons I'm designing from a couple different angles in that board. And then there's the big version, the one that I'm looking at for reference on my other monitor. And then this is where we are so far. I think it will be clearer. I think we might have made those too big, actually. We might have to reduce the size of them a little bit. I think it'll be clearer with the other piece, like the big part of the cannon coming out forward, but it's going to go a lot, it's going to come a lot farther forward, actually, isn't it? I'll have to be careful to scale. I might have to reduce the scale on these side pieces a little bit so that the front of it doesn't look so tiny. It's cool looking though. It's going to take a lot of work to get that right. Going to take a lot of work to get that right. But I'm just trying to see if I can... No, I can't see it from down here. It's cool that you can see that part of it though. So what I'd like to do is try to get the front of it at least close to mapped out. Yeah, I feel like maybe this part is too big. Also, we can change the angle of this so that it matches better. We could use these different pieces. I just have to get up there to do it. It's the only thing. We could also start those farther back, too. Yeah, like if all this started more like back here. And then we used the same amount of, like, height, I guess. Don't know if we have to do 6, but we could use the walls, which are a steeper angle. And then it doesn't come nearly as far forward to get to the same height. Were they offset? Yeah. Go by this one. I feel like those are better angles anyway. And how long did I... Oh man, I don't remember how long I made that. It was 1, 2... to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do 1... Well, I guess we'll map out the little one first. And... here. So confused about what? The shape? Probably through Minecraft, would be my guess. Spawn chunks. More than likely. Oh, I did it wrong. Hey, herding cats, how's it going? So if this is going to be just too wide, and actually let's do, that's going to be odd. How can we, I guess we'd have to build it without foundations to make that look right. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. Why is that sticking out the wrong way? Yeah, what happened there? That was weird. That should all be on the same plane. It's nice playing Satisfactory while watching, but it's so early compared to this. Yeah, it's hard when you're watching people that are really advanced. I mean, it kind of gives you some cool ideas, but in terms of how far they've gone and you don't know what's coming, it does a little challenging in that respect. So then this actually matches up. That there. Move that. Remove that. It's the Top Gun song, Cosmic. Just for you. I'd say that feels like a slightly better design. And it looks like there's at least, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 foundations gap before the next one starts. And it's a different angle, so I might actually bring this down. It looks like it actually lines up with this. So if we go down here, maybe one more. No, let's go with 2. Oh, it's tricky. There we go. That might be too much of a gap. We'll have to see. And that's not go that high. Not sure if we're going to be able to use the shape in the same way that we did before, but and this is also going to make it look even more like a rectangle. Yeah, in general, I think we can probably use that. And then look at the other image. Kind of narrows down and then goes up. So I'm going to go up top and make some adjustments as well. Thanks, Mix. Bye. I centered this on 7 because of the circle. Or did I put 8 here? I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eh. I may end up making this wider. So I don't know if this is going to come out far enough. But I like the idea of there being like another little part here. That's going to be more square. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Making myself dizzy. Apologies to everybody. Is this going to be a functioning space? Yeah, we're going to put the train station up there. That's why I'm making it so big. I'll drop a train station in the next time we go up, just to kind of show you what's going to happen. Hey, Twistin, how's it going? So once again, that's the reference image. And I'm only working on one side of it at the moment in terms of the gun. Copying this over to the other side is going to be madness. Absolute madness. But can you start to see a little bit more of the shape coming through, specifically on the end here where it's now a little bit more square as we'll bring the barrel up and over stuff. I think this is going to angle down. I don't know if that's going to be straight across. This might come down a little bit to kind of give it a cool shape. But I think that's a cool... I think it's the right size. It's not as big as these. Like, those are so big. It's not as big as those. But I think if I sort it out correctly, I don't know if I want to have 2 train tracks coming and going. It might... I'll have to think about the logistics. But as far as the actual train stations... Well, here's a faster way to get up there, isn't it? There we go. So it's 5 by 7, or 7 by 7. And if we get up in here, and if we said this was the platform, right? Which it might end up being a little bit taller, but if this was all filled in, filled this in too. Because not only would we have room for a train station, but we'd have room for like belting and stuff. Because we'd have this empty space here and below us to do like belts and routing and stuff. So, do I have enough things on me to make a train station? I probably don't. Don't have any computers. But it would go like right here. Let's go down and get some computers. Race in the sunshine. No! I missed the door. Oh, there goes the sunshine. I thought it was going to last a lot longer than that. Oh well. Well, you saw the hologram. I don't have time to go through the whole thing, but I think that's where I do have to run because it is dinner time for me. You'll have to come back later to find out how this gun design works itself out. But I think we've managed to make some pretty cool changes. That's going to look mad when it's done. And imagine another one like right over there. Be cool to see this space at night too with all the lights. It's starting to look like a cannon. I think it's starting to feel like a decent cannon. I'm worried that the glass structure underneath it is not going to feel sturdy enough to hold it. We might have to come up with some other kind of structural stuff. But yeah, I think that will translate very well. I think I'm going to put some yellow lights in the front of it. And we'll put some red lights along the side of it. And have some very cool stuff going on. That is where I have to go because it is the end of my Sunday. Thanks ever so much for hanging out, folks. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all the subs, all the support. I saw someone join the Patreon on the break, so that's really fantastic. I didn't see that come up in chat. Did Cosmic, did you catch the Patreon sub come up as a notification? I didn't see that at all. It's supposed to. But yeah, you can listen to the Citadel Cafe podcast. That's free. You can listen to the Spawn Chunks podcast. That's also free. And we are looking at talking about the last conversation before 118 tomorrow on Spawn Chunks. And then I have another episode of the Citadel Cafe already recorded, but it's not edited yet. That's something I have to do tonight or tomorrow, I think. You can, of course, follow me on Twitter at Joel Duggan. You can follow me here on Twitch before you take off. We're going to try to pass you on to somebody playing Satisfactory, so hang on to your nuggets. Don't go anywhere. And we'll see you next time. Next time is unfortunately probably going to be Friday. I've got a busy week ahead of me. So I may do some art streams, but the next gameplay stream as far as Minecraft and or Satisfactory is going to be Friday. There's also the Lego Let's Chat. So thank you to Cosmic for the massive gift sub bomb, but to everybody else that supported, that brought us up close to that 150 subs that Cosmic then just smashed. We have 150 subs. We are going to be doing the Lego Let's Chat. I'm assuming that these subs are going to last for the rest of the month. So we'll be doing that either Friday or Saturday. I guess it depends on what my streaming schedule is like for the weekend. There is a meetup happening next weekend, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I'll let you all know. Discord, scan voice for the raid sounds good. And Discord is where I'm going to be scheduling and letting everybody know when that Lego stream is happening. I will, of course, tweet out the day of, but like ahead of time, I'll be planning with the Discord because it's because of those people supporting on Discord that I'm able to do it. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. We're going to pass you on to Scan Voice. Have a good day. Bye for now.